What is up, guys and girls? My name's Al from GamesRip. Today we're going to be taking a look at Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hyperstone Heist Remixed, and this is the version that's now homebrewed over to the Sega Dreamcast. That's right, it's essentially the 90s version that was released on Sega Genesis, but now on the Sega Dreamcast. Let's take a look.
Here we go, let's play! Or shall we? I mean, we do want to play this game, but the real bad thing with this game straight away is the fact the loading takes absolutely ages. Now, yeah, granted, this is a homebrew, but there is a lot of loading to be had. So yes, it straight away looks like the game is in Spanish, but let me tell you, the game is in English. We're ready to play the remix version of Turtles. And here we go, we're now onto the character select screen. Now, my big issue with this straight away is the fact, yeah, okay, if you know the turtles, you're going to know them by their weapons. But on there, it's black and white until you select someone. I'm not down with that. So here we go, you're going to see this, it's essentially exactly the same as the other Turtle games we've had prior to this game. Well, let's face it, most of them are based on the arcade game Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back from the 90s, or 80s I should say. It's a beat 'em up, it's very much Streets of Rage, it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, it's a button basher at the end of the day, but it's with our favourite characters from all of us favourite TV show. Now, I will start off by saying you can actually play 4-player. That's right, you can actually play 4-player same screen multiplayer here. This is the way to be playing this kind of game. Yeah, it's good on your own, but it's so much harder on your own. But if you have got friends, unlike me, you can all plug in a Dreamcast controller and kick the shit out of Shredder's little goons. And I've always thought this is the way to play beat-em-ups like this, because beat-em-ups on your own, they're okay, but when you're playing your games like Streets of Rage, your Golden Axes, and your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, it's better with a friend. Now, there is one kind of, I suppose it's not a real big deal, is the music doesn't really seem to change in this game. It seems very repetitive, and there's even times where music will kind of stop, as if the homebrew hasn't been put well, or that well together, but the music doesn't seamlessly switch from one to the other. Which is kind of, it's a bit of a jarring experience. Now, you can hear, obviously, the music has changed from one level to the other, but it still sounds very similar. I don't know what it is, and I don't know why it happens, but it does happen. So there is quite a wide variety of gameplay here. Yeah, it's still a beat 'em up, it's a sideways scroller, but as you can see here, they've kind of spiced it up a little bit more. You're on their hoverboards here, you're on their boogie boards, let's call them. Yeah, It's slightly different gameplay mechanic, still plays similar, but it gives it that little bit of variety, which a game like this really needs, because let's face it, it is just a beat 'em up. So let's talk controls a little bit. Now, you obviously, with the Sega Dreamcast, you do have an analog stick, and this game actually makes use of the analog stick. I've got to say though, I did use the D-pad. Now obviously this game was originally built for the D-pad, and it doesn't feel like that when the Homebrew was actually, or the remixed version let's call it, was produced, that the analog stick control had any sort of... There was no change to the way it felt compared to a D-pad. So naturally, D-pad does what it does, up, down, left, right, and it feels kind of right for this kind of game. Yeah, like I said, it is a button basher, so it's kind of what you got to expect. Anyway, what I've got to say just before we kind of come to the end of this review is visually look at this game. Just look at this scene right now, how much is going on, and how much, let's face it, this was the Mega Drive version, the Sega Genesis version here. Look at this. Look how so smoothly this runs. The actions, the sounds, the way everything works so damn seamlessly. Look at that. That's 16-bit turbo power right there. I mean, Christ. This was a marvel. You could tell this was done by Konami. This was a well-produced title. This was a well-produced beat-em-up. Anyway, now the game does boast... It does boast bosses as well. There are boss levels here, which do get pretty damn hard, I must say. As you can see here, it's not an easy game in that sense. So it will bring you back time and time again, and you will be wanting more. And let's face it, who doesn't love this music? Who doesn't love this game? Who doesn't love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I've been Al from Games Rip. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.